Yeah!
This is Billy Alexander of YYNOT, and you're listening to Two Guys Talking Rush.
Guys are talking, rush two guys talking, rush two guys are talking, rush two guys are talking, rush two guys.
And now, get ready for the Two Guys Talking Rush podcast with your hosts, John Kane and Dan Buxton.
With regard to Light and Shade, Billy, how are you? You know, you mentioned a little bit about theme. Is it important for you to have a theme to hang on? And do you look for concepts to write about, or are you just say, you know, I was in an elevator and I thought of a song? You know, what do you as a writer, you know?
Well, sometimes you part of being a good writer is to allow things to reveal themselves to you. So you sort of follow your muse, you know, and see where the thing's headed. So a lot of times I will have maybe a title and an idea of something that means something to me. And then, of course, then I'll come up with musical stuff that has to sort of support that feeling, and vice versa. And then it just sort of once I'm working on something, I also don't really continue very far with something that I know isn't going to be strong. So, like anything I've written for this band, we've recorded. So it's never been anything where it's just like I wouldn't even probably present it as and work on finishing it and arranging it to its completion if it was like I was thinking that they'd kind of go next, you know. What else you got?
We've never had a next, man, ever.
Hey, where's the wood? Knock on the wood.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's just been like that kind of thing. It's the same as before, but this time around is just as I say, I just let some personal feelings and emotions and questions and sort of almost like talking to myself and sort of journaling. And then, you know, if it ends up being something someone else can relate with, a lot of times Rocky will tell me that it does, because when she comes in to sing the stuff, she'll connect with it immediately, you know, and of course that makes for all the difference in the vocal performance, obviously.
Yeah. There's a song called Firefly that you and Rocky performed just acoustically. Dude, that is a fabulous tune. I know it's not a full-on YYNOT joint, but you know, it's really catchy. And I think I mentioned I sent you a message or something. Dude, that's a hit. You know, if hits exist anymore, I mean, who knows in this landscape of music, but it has the hit quality to it, you know.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love it.
It's on the new record.
That's great.
I went ahead and arranged a full tilt, full band version.
Yeah. Wow.
And had Rocky re-sing it, and and had everybody play on it, and it's got all the stuff, and I think it retains its you know, initial passion from that one night when I happened to write it for a very inspiring yet sad situation with one of our fans. You know?
Yeah, that's a beautiful song, man.
Thank you.
I have to say, I really love it a lot. I can't wait to hear it in that full form. So, Dan, you had a special treat for YYNOT?
I have a question, and then we will get to the special treat.
Right.
Now, I don't mean to imply that you guys are in this for the money. I know you're not. I know this is...
Tim is. Look at him.
Except for Tim. Fans...
Look at him. Look at him. Just look at him.
When the album comes out, fans should buy the physical media and not stream it on Spotify, right?
And where can they buy that? Where can they buy it?
Well, they can buy it directly from our website. In fact, you can pre-order it right now at YYNOTband.com. Okay. And you'll see on the store there's a link, and the pre-orders come signed by each one of us and hand numbered, each one. And then there's a deluxe pre-order that also includes a tour shirt as well. And then once it's done and we get these orders taken care of, there's talk of doing vinyl as another, which we have done a vinyl release. That's our previous release. So that's there as a physical product as well. And yes, thank you for mentioning that, Dan. The physical stuff, especially when you're out as a band trying to do this, it's very important because it's the best way to actually support a band financially. Right. And also, the artwork, there's a 6-panel artwork by Paul Tippett, who does our artwork for our albums. And, I feel like you're kind of missing out on that a little bit. And you have it in here. I know that CDs are sort of a dying thing, but it's, and it sounds the best, I think. You lose some fidelity when you get like a squashed MP3 or a thing. And so yeah.
So is it on vinyl? Can we get it on vinyl?
The new record?
Yes.
Well, we're talking about putting it out on vinyl. We haven't even released it on CD yet.
Right.
First. So the pre-orders are for the CD.
Okay.
Right. We are talking about packaging it in a vinyl format, probably around Christmas time.
I think because of the pandemic, a lot of vinyl releases have been delayed like a lot because there's been
we're aware
that happened to us. We had to wait 6 months or something.
Yeah, that was crazy, man.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's still better than completing one Spotify stream and getting you guys 0.0001% of a cent, right?
Yeah,
it's still right. Yeah. Okay, good. Honestly, I think a lot of music fans just don't know. I think they're just not aware of it. Yeah. And if they were aware of it, they would buy the physical merchandise. Because I think a lot of them just think, oh, it's the same, they'll get paid, no problem. Right. And the business just doesn't work that way.
I forget the name of the band. Sort of all instrumental, just talented studio musicians, young guys. Wolfpack or something like that. And they were under contract for like 4 albums. They did 3, and then their final album was just empty. It was nothing. And then they uploaded that to Spotify, and that got a ton of it got a ton of listens, and there was nothing to listen to.
Funny.
It was awesome.
The songs all sound consistent. It's great. Everything.
It's a concept album.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly.
And on the same subject, and due to our unique situation of living on the 4 corners of the United States, our expenses to do a show, to get out there and play for our fans, are astronomically higher than most other bands. Who can jump in a van, rent a van, drive around, do this, do that. It's so much more difficult for us. And fans buying the physical merch and supporting us at shows is what keeps us going.
Right. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I was going to say that's what puts gas in the van, but you guys don't use a van. But
rent one
in that spirit.
So
on airplanes.
Suddenly, this has turned into a PBS special.
Yeah, right.
With just a little bit of support, you'll get this YYNOT tote bag.
I'm waiting for Jerry Lewis to come out.
Please.
If only.
Dig deep in
that
your
would be
khakis.
today. That would be today if you were with us. But but I mean, you guys should get paid for what you do. I know that's not the only reason you're doing it. I know, the art matters. Yes, absolutely. But you should get paid for what you do.
If it was the only reason, then we wouldn't do it.
No, you would have stopped a long time ago.
Yeah.
It was for the money. I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love these guys. I love Rocky. I love doing this. I love all the fans. We all do. We all feel the same exact way.
Cool.
We're all like, 4 giddy kids at the end of a show.
Right.
And seeing each other for the first time at the airport, it's like seeing your long lost friends again. Even though you saw them last week.
Yeah.
But you still get, it's that I personally get that little, butterflies in my stomach when I see them coming, out of the arrival gate. It's just so cool.
Very nice.
Cool. Tim, how long you been in the music business, man? How long you been playing, my friend?
Well, I played from the time I was 9, 1976 until 1996, and then I quit and moved down to Florida and became a mechanic. And didn't touch a bass for like 16, 17 years. So I started up again like around 2013-ish, like right before I met Billy.
Why'd you quit? You just sort of gave up on the music business?
I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah. How many bands have you been in your life, man?
I don't know. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
ish, 10.
You feel like you sort of come around full circle meeting the YYNOT folks, and kind of, is this your...
Bro, I fell ass backwards into the most fun thing of my whole life.
That's cool.
When I started playing bass again, it was on a pawn shop bass that sucked, but
that's a song title.
I just felt like, I can't believe I didn't miss this, because this is like, holy crap, this is so much fun again. This is a part of my life that I just forgot about totally.
That's cool.
And then, I meet these wonderful fellas. And
then, Billy, you discovered Tim via YouTube?
No, it was actually a Rush group on
Rush
Facebook.
Group. Oh, wow.
I think there's actually a couple of them, because people told me I should share the song Why Not on these groups, which I did. And then the process, I'm going, well, how many of these groups are there? And they're like, there's a lot. So I joined them, and then I kept seeing him playing, and then we just started having a sort of a private message friendship there for a while before we finally met in person and played.
Aside from the Match.com thing.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's too bad though that you didn't see Tim on YouTube, because that's how they discovered Justin Bieber. And there's a lot of similarities, between Tim and Justin Bieber, as we know.
Who is he anyway?
Tim Bieber.
Tim Bieber.
Tim Bieber.
Who is
Bieber and Butthead, right?
Yeah. So you're not a believer? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's like, I don't know. He's like, AKA, shut the fuck up.
No, keep it up.
That's like New Jersey way of saying shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck
up. I don't know, you fucking idiot. All right. So Dan, you have a special treat.
Yes.
Treats.
We have a treat.
Yeah, we have a treat, because you guys are so knowledgeable and have all the inside information, all that. We have decided that you guys will be the test case for a new feature we're doing on this show, Rush Jeopardy.
Oh no.
Yes.
Oh boy.
So please be prepared to answer in the form of a question. And
what is marsupial?
No. Okay,
what
so
is
you lose.
soup?
No, you lose $200.
And I figured on the ride home, I thought, what would be the best interlude music, to make up for the it would be like a circumstances, the little interlude.
Yeah, right.
Maybe that would be too long. But
or the harmonics for Red Barchetta.
Oh.
Yeah.
Or La Via.
That's perfect.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
Or the Dabbing Spirit. Or the Jeopardy music.
Yeah.
I'll add that in later. So Dan, how are we going to take points here? Like, how do we know who's the winner?
I think it's going to be total chaos, and people will all be yelling over each other, and no one will win. That's how I think it's going to go.
All right. So the first one to blurt it out, I'll give them 10 points. I'll rack up 10 points. All right. No,
and those
gets the most.
And those points are, of course, redeemable for nothing. Okay.
Yeah. So and don't fucking Google anything. All right. It pisses me off.
Okay.
I hate when people Google shit. It's like, use your fucking brains.
Okay.
Don't Google.
First question. This guitar player said that when they toured with Rush in the 70s, the group stood on the side of the stage and laughed at them.
UFO.
No.
Who is
it would be who is UFO?
Who is Uriah Heep?
No.
No?
No.
Who is Sherry?
Pat Travers?
No.
Oh, no, you already got your shot. What's that, Billy?
I said, who is Sherry Curry?
Very close, but no. It was Joan Jett.
Oh, it was actually her.
It was the guitar player. Yeah.
Points on the board. No points on the board. No points on the board.
I got confused by the guitar player thing.
Can we spot him like 3 points? Because it was close.
I got confused.
Okay.
Can we split it?
Sure. Split 10 3 ways. That'll work fine.
There you go.
Hold on a second. Hold on.
I mean, I should.
Well, I'm in Jersey, so I only get 2.
I should get some sort of credit for at least pegging a member of the Runaways.
Right? I should have. You're just a bunch of self-entitled musicians here. All right, hold on 1 second.
Billy gets 6.
All right, you got 3. I'll have 3 points on the board.
Okay, next one. This U.S. politician, received a cease and desist letter from Rush's lawyers for using their music at his rallies.
Bing, boom, bing, boom,
Trump?
bing, 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 boom.
No.
Bush.
Really?
No.
Politician.
Yes. U.S. politician.
Oh man,
He famously loves Rush too.
Yeah, that's true.
Would love to get him on the show.
Oh, I got it. Who is Rand Paul?
Yes,
Very
very
good
good.
for 10.
All
There you
right,
go.
you are
Billy-
on the board, my friend.
Billy on the board for 13 points. Tim 3 points, and Mike 3 points.
Okay, Blender magazine named Neil Peart the second worst lyricist in rock. This person was the first.
Well, if you're gonna go with that criteria, geez.
Hi Dubois.
Bob Dylan. I mean, like,
Just according to Blender,
worse. I
worst
mean,
lyricist in rock.
it's such a ridiculous statement.
Yeah, totally.
That's why you don't read
100%.
Blender.
Bruce Springsteen.
No, although if I had written it,
You're in
yeah.
Jersey. You're in Jersey. What are you talking about?
That's why he said it.
I know. I won't get it.
I'm out. I have no idea.
Mike, blurt something out.
No, I
It's
don't
okay.
know.
Nothing.
It's
No
okay.
idea.
Sting. Who is Sting?
Yeah,
Oh,
who is
wow.
Sting?
Sting.
I kind of agree. I have to say also. Okay, this one you guys will probably get. Original Rush drummer John Rutsey had to leave the band because of this medical condition.
What is diabetes?
Very
Mike
good.
for 10.
There it is.
And if you had said diabetes, like
Wilfred
Wilfred
Brimley.
Wing, you would get extra.
Diabetes.
It sticks to your ribs like
Yeah,
diabetes.
Diabetes. Yeah.
Mike, you
Geddy
were-
Lee said that when he would go backstage during Neil Peart's drum solo, he would check this.
The scores.
Yes, very
Tim
good.
for
Yeah.
10. Tim
What
for
is
10.
the scores?
What
you
is
didn't
the
answer in the
scores?
form of a question.
Oh,
I said it the second time.
you recovered. You recovered.
Come on, we can edit this shit.
Okay. In 2007, Neil Peart had an uncredited, non-speaking role in this long-running science fiction television show.
This I never knew.
Nothing.
I don't know. What is Cosmos? I don't know.
No.
Like the Carl Sagan thing? No,
Either
nothing. I don't know.
nothing. You got nothing. Okay. The answer.
Marsupial.
Well, first off, can I say something? Look for clues, folks, huh? Long-running science fiction television show in 2007.
I'm not even sure what
I
that
don't
is.
know. Like Star Trek?
Okay, yeah, at
There's
least
like
you're
fif-
thinking. here.
There's like 15 different versions of Star
Billy's
Trek.
Googling. He's got his iPhone right below the camera. He's like, boop, boop, boop.
Thank you for your response, but
All
no,
right,
it is
no.
what is Doctor Who?
Oh, okay.
He played a butler.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
I don't know
Did he
about
do it?
about you. That show used to, when I was a kid, that show used to fucking freak me out, man. The
Yeah,
music.
but it's not that show anymore.
I know,
It's
it's a
turned
new
into this. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand.
My son watches it, which means it sucks. So sorry. I got a
Okay,
little editorial.
We're tied.
there.
We're tied.
Okay. On a 2008 appearance on The Colbert Show, host Stephen Colbert asked the band if they had ever played a song so long that they did this.
Influence themselves. What is?
Yeah.
What is
Very good.
influence
What
Tim,
is
themselves?
Yes,
Tim
very
for the
good.
10. 10 points for Tim.
I answered in the form of a question.
You did.
as
Yes, you
asked
did.
by Yoda.
Yeah, very good.
Right?
Okay.
You didn't say it like Yoda, though.
Come on, man.
Okay.
By the way,
This,
that's hilarious.
That's just silly.
all right. This was the
No,
name.
no. He
That
also
is
just
silly.
said,
What
what
is?
did Colbert say about the freaking the Hall of Fame? Because that was hysterical.
I don't remember, but what he said about them influencing themselves, I fucking died. I thought I was going to have to go to the hospital. I was
Yeah, that
laughing
was
so
funny.
hard. It was hilarious.
Oh, he said the headline should read, "This is fucking bullshit." If
That was gonna be the
they
name
don't
of the
get
next
it, yeah,
album.
Right. Yeah.
Right. The name of the next album. Yeah.
Right. Should be fucking bullshit. Right. Yeah. What
Oh
is?
my god.
All right.
All right, all right.
This was the name of the first venue Rush ever played.
Oh, what is
The drop-in
coffin?
center.
The coffin.
Yes, good.
Mike got it. You said the coffin setter, Tim.
I said the drop-in center.
You said the
The
drop-in.
drop-in
Yeah.
center. All right, Mike for 10.
Yeah. All right.
Well, that's what he calls it. Getty.
Okay. This one is a bit of a gimme, I think. But although Rush has a few songs that take up the entire side of a record, this one is the longest.
What is hemisphere?
What is 2112?
Very good. It's 21-12.
Mike.
Yeah.
All
Mike
right.
is getting up there.
Mike's
Yeah.
with 33 points in the lead.
It's like 2 minutes longer than hemispheres
Yeah.
or something like that.
Oh.
Yeah, like 21 minutes.
Oh, we're
Yeah.
getting
Yeah,
mathematical and shit. We're
Yes,
getting
we
all
are.
mathematical. All right.
Okay, in the video for Limelight, this poster for this 1977.
What is Eraserhead?
Very
2
good.
for 10.
Yeah, there.
Tie
Okay.
between Tim
Sorry.
and
No,
Mike.
it's fine. All right. 2002's Vapor Trails album took this many months to complete.
Oh man, no clue.
Yes. Anybody?
20. What is 22?
No.
No.
What is all of them?
Yeah. Kind of. Yeah. What is 14? So yes.
Here we go. 12.
Oh, okay. This is a good one. Neil Peart showed up to audition for Rush in this very dangerous and ultimately recalled car.
Oh, what is his mother's Pinto?
Yes, very
Mike
good.
Yeah.
for 10.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. When Neil Peart auditioned for Rush, he was already in another band which had this sound-alike name.
Well, what is J.R. Flood?
No.
Right? That wasn't the name? No.
Sound alike name.
A sound-alike name.
What is Lush?
Close, but no.
What is
Just-
Hush?
Hey,
Very good,
Billy,
very good,
coming
very
through. Billy, climbing his way
okay.
up on top.
When Rush was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, they were inducted alongside Randy Newman and this disco singer.
What is Gloria Gaynor?
No.
What? Disco singer. Who is Donna Summer?
Very good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Boom.
That's right.
Boom.
Yeah.
Billy and
Okay.
Tim are tied. Mike is in the lead.
Okay. Alex Lifeson composed music for this science fiction television show. Nothing, huh? Nothing.
Nothing.
Okay. What is Andromeda?
Oh,
Okay.
I didn't even know that.
Okay.
Interesting.
We're learning some new shit.
Okay, here's a Cygnus X1 question. The spaceship Rocinante takes its name from Don Quixote's horse in the novel by this Spanish author.
Oh, geez. Well, I mean,
Who is I know this?
Oh, geez.
Who is I know this?
I do. I just can't get it
Who
out of
is-
the back of
who
my
is-
freaking head.
Man.
Hold
God
on.
damn it.
Billy, you look like you know this one, my man.
It's the hard drive.
It's the guy.
The guy with the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
From that time. Yeah.
Oh, man.
This is where I am, like, desperately wanting to reach for Google. 'Cause
Do you need-
I know.
Yeah, I refuse
'Cause
to do the Google.
We should mix it up and like give
And then-
next time, Dan, give them a
Hey,
lifeline or something.
can we
you
get a
know?
bonus point if I say it's also the name of that other writer's truck?
Wait a minute.
Sure.
It is.
Okay.
But I can't remember his name either.
Okay. The answer is, who was Miguel de Cervantes?
Oh, well, then I didn't know that anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Look, I was trying really hard to get questions that were not just the same old shit, because I know you guys know all the answers to that. And if I had come out with like, there was a drummer in Rush before Neil Peart, what was his name? That's
or-
a waste of your time.
Or like the Morse code YYNOT thing.
Yeah, what is that? Yeah, exactly.
Just a couple more folks. So
Okay.
go ahead, Dan.
Rush's first concert with Neil Peart was a support slot with Manfred Mann and this British band.
Who is Uriah Heep?
Very
Yes.
good.
There it is.
Nice.
Okay.
Tie between Billy and Mike.
Okay.
Tim, you're down by 10.
Yeah.
Okay, at 1 minute and 28 seconds in length, this is the shortest studio track Rush ever recorded.
What is the Didax and
Alex and
Narpets?
Narpets.
No, because that's part of a single album length track.
Oh, it's a standalone song.
It's a standalone song.
What was the time? 1:28.
1 minute, 28 seconds. Yeah.
Not Discovery.
What is Madrigal?
Nope.
No.
Time's up.
Okay. What is BU2B2?
What is?
Oh,
Oh, that's
yeah.
off of Clockwork Angels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No wonder I don't know it.
All right, two left. Two left, and then you guys get your lives back.
All right.
In the group's early days, he was the original bassist and vocalist for Rush before Geddy Lee permanently assumed the role.
What is Jeff something?
Keep going, buddy.
That was his name, wasn't it?
Close. Not Jeff something.
What is Jeff Smith?
Oh,
you're really not far off, actually.
Come on, I'm close. Jeff Smollett?
No. No.
What is Jeff? What is Jeff? There it is.
Give him 5 points for
McGillicuddy?
that.
Schmagilka. Jeff Schmagilka.
It's Jeff Jones.
All right, we'll give you 5.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I have an accent. You couldn't tell.
Okay, and here's the last
we'll give 5
one.
points for that one, Billy.
And I need you guys to all like really tune in on this one, okay?
Okay.
Alex Lifeson's wife's name is the same as this name given to Private Pyle's rifle in Full Metal Jacket.
Who is Charlene?
Very
Charlene.
good.
Hey, Mike.
Very good.
All right, let me do
Yeah.
some tallying here.
Okay.
Golly, Sergeant Carter.
Mike, you get to bite the metal.
All right.
Okay, so we had Tim at 33 points, Billy at 48 points, and Mike for the win at 53 points.
Boom!
So
Nice.
two guys talking
Two
Rush
guys.
Jeopardy.
Exactly.
I think next time we're going to offer a lifeline, and
Yeah.
give them a little something. We need to help in some way. That's
That's
another
true.
show. That's another
Oh,
show.
that'd be cool.
Yeah. But there it is. Well, I did have one. Did I ask you about booking? Did I already ask you about booking?
No.
Okay, so because I want to see you guys, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it out to Connecticut. That's the closest show. I'd love to see you guys come up to the Northeast, closer to the Massachusetts, New Hampshire area. And Billy, I asked you about booking, like how you getting booked, who your manager is, just so people know if they want to sort of get YYNOT to play their area. I know there's a lot of fans out there that live outside of the areas you're playing. How do they do it? How can we get you to play or get you booked in a
Well, they can definitely bug the venue and request us. And in one case in particular, that actually worked. In fact, we're gonna be back in that venue where he was like, "Call off your dogs. We'll book you." It was sort of like they can stop pelting us with emails. We want you.
Yeah.
That was the Sherman in Stroudsburg.
Yeah.
But anyway, but our booking agents is David Maida Presents. That's the direct line to our booking agent. But
his email, would you like his email?
Yes, please.
Do it. Share it with the world.
It is pressmaven@gmail.com. That's PRESS. Damn. PRESS maven@gmail.com. There's also a contact tab on our website.
Press, cough, damn.
cough at gmail.com.
Okay. You guys got that?
That reminded me of the funniest sneeze I heard yesterday. I was playing a gig and I come out and this big guy comes out of the restroom and he sneezes and he goes, "Motherfucker."
Nice.
Well, not for nothing. On the return from the show, I got a really nasty sinus infection and I'm still recovering from it. I was sick for about 4 or 5 days.
Nice.
And I tested them negative, of course, twice. Bada bing. But hey, since I mentioned the show, okay, we want to encourage everyone to come out and see us, because all the protocols are followed at all the shows, to whatever, the local government says it should be, and our shows are a free place to do what you want. If you want to wear a mask, you wear a mask. If you don't want to wear a mask, if it's allowed, you don't. But, it's up to the people to do the best thing they can, to keep everybody safe and smart. Now, speaking of shows, you never know who you're going to run into at a YYNOT show, because I don't know if we didn't touch on it, did we? On our first show at the Canyon in Agora Hills, we were graced with the presence of 2 of Neil Peart's best friends, Michael Mosbach and Chris Stanky from Sabian, right?
Oh, old friend of mine. Nice.
Yeah, and they brought along one of their buddies, Mike Portnoy.
Oh, wow.
Who really enjoyed the show as well. Matter of fact, he was Instagram living us, with great praise, and they hung out for quite some time and they really dig it. And so you never know who's going to show up at a YYNOT show.
Yeah. Well, Billy Sheehan was on our show once, and Portnoy and Sheehan are in Sons of Apollo.
Yeah,
that means
Winery Dogs.
Winery Dogs.
So good.
Oh my God, dude, really good. We just love. I mean, I love all that rainbow stuff. I mean, it's just beautiful.
Well, they're doing a new Winery Dogs album. That's why he was out there.
That's cool. It's funny, man. I got to say this. A shout out to Chris Stenke, because when I say this story all the time to Dan, you must be getting sick of it, but back in the 90s, when I grew up in Boston, I was working a really shitty telemarketing job. I ended up being really good at telemarketing, so I just got stuck in it for a while. I did that all through art school, and Chris was I was a supervisor at a place, and Chris was the supervisor there. So he was at Berkeley, and we used to walk the Mass Ave Bridge, meet each other, and smoke a little bit, walk over the bridge, and talk about our favorite Rush album. I think we both sort of connected on Grace Under Pressure, and we just became really good friends. And then Chris went off and did his thing, and I sort of took my own track. And then years later, Vapor Trails happens, and it's around, I think the internet was sort of still fresh. It still is fresh, but really fresh then. And I was after the show, I'm like, wow, cool. Neil's playing these Paragon cymbals. He's got the steel with Sabian, and it's this whole thing. And then I noticed Chris. I'm like, holy fuck, it's my buddy Chris. So I tracked him down, called his dad, and then I'm like, holy shit, Chris, there you are. So he became really good friends with Neil, and such a strange small world, in this the Rush family and the whole deal. He said, but my point being is I couldn't say enough about Chris Stenke. He's an awesome dude, and a really
without a doubt
guy. Absolutely, and a great drummer. He was sponsored by Sabian for years. I forget the name of his band, but he ended up working for them. But just a fabulous drummer, talented, and just a super nice cat. So you guys have anything else you want to talk about to support the YYNOT thing, or what?
No, thank you guys for having us. We just want to promote your new Rush Jeopardy show to all the world.
Of course.
Did you like it, Bill? I'm sorry, Bill. You were looking a little bored. Did you like it? What do you think we should do? Help us make it better.
No. See. I have what I'm told is called a resting bitch face.
Oh, yes. I like it.
I have the same thing.
So when I'm actually concentrating and thinking, people think I'm either bored or pissed
you hate
off.
it.
I'm actually just bouncing things around in my noggin.
Oh, cool. I thought it was
fun.
Great
idea.
Great idea.
It was
good. I thought of Rush Roulette, and then Dan's like, no, Rush Jeopardy. I didn't know what
Rush Jeopardy's better.
It's better. Yeah. I didn't even know what that. I just think a catchy name, Rush Roulette.
I didn't have time to make a wheel and all that, so it's Jeopardy is established. Everyone understands it.
The only thing you can do is add a final Jeopardy round.
Yes,
true.
We'll do that. Yeah. We'll do that. We will do
Let the underdog come in.
Absolutely.
This is true.
Well, listen, why not? This is feel free to come on the show anytime you want to promote anything. Just let us know. We'll schedule it. And if you just want to come on the show and hang out and chat, we always have cool guests on. We have who am I interviewing next? The video director for Time Stands Still. So we try to do some cool and interesting, deep dive shit, and who else is coming on the show next?
Special effects on that video.
I'm going to talk to him about that.
Yeah, you should.
I should.
More people should.
Dan, who's next on the
Steve Brown is next.
Steve Brown, yeah. So he's
and you mean this season? Who else are we going to have? I can't remember. We have a bunch of people booked until the end of October. I forgot all of them.
Yeah.
I'll remember when we're not taping.
Yeah, right. We had a pipeline of guests that we've been sort of pushing out over the summer while we take a break, and this is going to be your episode is going to be our sort of fall.
Awesome. We're excited.
Yeah,
awesome,
so it's
guys.
good. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks a lot. Nice to meet you, Mike, and hopefully we'll see you around soon.
Yeah,
thanks a lot.
Absolutely, man.
Absolutely. And
thank
Billy,
you very
as
much
always,
for coming
and
on.
Tim. Thank you guys.
All right,
the mighty YYNOT on
later,
Two
man.
Guys
Love you
Talking
guys.
Rush. Woo!
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Guys.
Later. Peace.
All right, you guys.
Later.
Yeah.
So, Steve Brown, Rush Fest Scotland. What's happening, man? Welcome back on the show.
Hi, John. Hi, Dan. Thanks for having us back, mate.
Our returning champion. Yes.
Yay.
Our Scottish brother.
It's all good in Scotland.
Yeah, how is Scotland these days, man?
Yeah, good. We're like everybody else, kind of coming out of the COVID thing slowly but surely, and got a couple of little setbacks. Just our area, I'm in a kind of remote part of Scotland up on the west coast, and the cases are going up in this area. So we've had to, I gig for a living, but we had to pull a couple of gigs recently. In fact, everything's on kind of the gigs aren't really happening in this area. But it's fine. We're just gonna have to ride it out like everybody else. And but I got some tickets through the post for Steve Hackett the other day, which I completely forgot about. It was a tour he was due to do during the first lockdown, but it's back on again at the end of this month in Glasgow. So I'll be going down for that. He's doing the Seconds Out tour. You know, he's playing the Seconds Out album. Yeah, so that'll be pretty special.
That's cool, man.
So regular gigs are happening again. So I'm looking forward to that, you know.
Nice. Yeah, I went to see John Anderson at a local venue, and a friend of mine who booked the gig. You might have heard of Paul Green. He runs the Paul Green Rock Academy here in the U.S. and sort of trains and teaches young aspiring musicians all the classic rock songbook stuff, you know, and they go out and they play that stuff, but they also are the backing band of John Anderson on a lot of the Yes tunes. So they've been doing that. He's been doing that for about 15 years. Anyway, I went to go see them play a local venue here on the East Coast of the US. And it was my first sort of show indoors again, and it was packed. And I love music, and I've seen so many concerts in my life, and I've never felt so much anxiety. And I felt so uncomfortable, and it was sort of like, why, you know? But I don't know. It sort of sucked my whole time.
It's gonna take a few times before we're all sort of like back to it. You know, it's like we're all kind of getting our sea legs back in a way. And a lot of the way we're coming out of COVID has been kind of 2 steps forward, 1 step back kind of a thing. And it's just, you know, it's just, that's how it is.
It's the way it's going to have to be, I think. Just
unfortunately,
I did one weekend there. I managed to play 3 gigs in a row, but like a couple of days later, my wife and I took the lateral flow tests, you know, just to double check, and I'll do the same again in a day or two. We were at a family wedding yesterday, actually.
Wow.
Which is one of the first family weddings I've been in a long, long time, because usually I'm gigging and I miss all the family events, you know. So it was great to catch up with family and that kind of, because the rules have been relaxed for social occasions like that, you know. So it's just part of life now, basically.
I guess so. I mean, I have to say, like, after about an hour of really paying attention, not to the music, but to the guy sniffling behind me and the person coughing over there and that person that sneezed 3 feet. I sort of just got up early and I left, and I don't really ever do that, you know. Wow. It sort of just freaked me out. I was getting anxiety, and then I put my mask on, and it's not it wasn't mandated there, and I'm like, now I got my fucking mask on. I'm like, am I having a good time? I wasn't having a good time. You know, and it sucked, you know. I wanted to have a good time, you know. But anyway, not to bring it all back down, I guess, you know, to reassess, we're dealing with this issue not just here, but everywhere. It's a global issue. And you know, I was looking, Steve, when you were last on the show, you came on in January of 2021, and you were promoting Songs for Neil.
Yep.
So take us from there and how that went, and how, maybe if the podcast helped you. I don't know if it did or not, and then sort of bring us up to speed and where you are. I know you wanted to come on and give us an update, and we told you, and for any Rush guest, that if anybody ever wants to come on Two Guys Talking Rush to promote something Rush related, if they want to use this podcast as a avenue to support a good cause, Rush related, send us an email. We keep our promise. That's how this house was built. And we want to keep that sort of fluidity. You don't just have to be in a band to come on here, someone famous. You just have to be a fan of Rush, and that's really it, and have something really good to say, hopefully. And you know, hopefully whatever you do, it's making some advancement in the legacy of this fine band.
We all love. You guys have been a great help. I mean, every little helps, as to quote a supermarket chain here in the UK. We won't mention a brand, but it does, and it's more than helpful. I mean, you guys have built up a great following over. Well, we were just talking about this before we went live. You know, well, how many episodes are you up to now?
55, 57.
Yeah, you're over you've done since you started. I believe it was Bastille Day 2020. Your first
it may have been, yes. Very good.
No, and it's more strength to you, because you're still got the enthusiasm. You're still doing it. You've still got, like you're saying, like a backlog of guests. The people want to talk Rush, and it's wonderful, absolutely wonderful. And the fact that you're opening your doors to anyone and everyone that has anything to talk about, because Rush is such a multifaceted organism, and it's wonderful to bring in people from all walks of life and all around the planet to talk.
It's not over, is what we're really finding. Like, Neil is gone, the band will not perform again, but it's not over. People are not done with this. Yeah, and they may never be done with it. And good. I don't want them to be done with it.
Exactly.
I think it's getting bigger. Actually, I think it's actually getting bigger.
Yeah.
The Rush universe is expanding.
Yeah. Well, there's only one way for you. Well, until the universes implode eventually. Oh, let's get down the stellar route. Let's get in touch with them.
And then they make universes and sub.
It's like fun, doesn't he? He involves the whole Star Trek thing as well. Yeah, but universes do when they're alive, they continually expand.
Right.
And that's really what's going on here for sure. I mean, to bring it back home here, I'm playing a Rush tribute band, and I'm forever learning more and more about the guitar parts, songs that I've played for decades. We've got a string of dates coming up, so we're rehearsing again. It's like, you never stop learning this stuff. Right. It's wonderful, and it's challenging and exciting as a musician. Not only are the songs wonderful, once you dig in deep and learn the parts, it's doubly mind blowing. And forever, I'll never get bored of learning and playing this stuff. It's just I'll be doing it until I drop. Basically,
I'm going to say thank you for coming on too, because it's what, like 1 o'clock in the morning where you are there. So
and during lockdown, my body clock has shifted. I used to be a gigger full time. Well, I would still be a full time gigger if I was allowed out to gig. Yeah. But since lockdown, I've kind of shifted. I've become like what do you call it? It's not a night owl. It's a morning lark.
like a normal person, like a normal person who wakes up at 7 in the morning and.
Is that normal? Is this normal?
I think that's normal. Yeah, I'm told it's normal.
I'm talking like 5 a.m.
Wow.
See, that's not normal. I've gone the other extreme.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I could be in bed for like 10 and I'll get up at 5. That's still a good 7 hours,
You're losing your mojo, buddy.
Yeah. No, I'm doing so much. I've gained so much mojo. Yeah, my mojo has expanded.
Really? Good.
In more ways than one. You only see me from the chest up here, but yeah, there's a bit about a mojo following about plus.
Well, that's actually
Mojo rising.
That's actually why we invited you on the show. We're going total gay porn on this show, and I
wonder where that was going. No, I love hummus and well, you call them chips, don't you? But we call them crisps.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just
I like both.
Forever dipping into chips and crisps and whatever. So anyway, I'm doing again, just going personal. I gave up drink a couple of years ago as well. So if you put all those factors into the pot, my zest for life has expanded, and I'm doing a lot more music, original music. And,
that's great.
And projects such as the Rushfest Scotland and the Rushfest Scotland Songs for Neil albums, which ties back nicely into why I'm here.
do those early morning hours when you wake up now, like, does that lend itself to playing music or to doing business for
those hours are mainly the admin, because there's so much admin involved in all of the above, so I don't usually get stuck into the studio till later in the day, but mainly because my wife's still asleep and the studio's in the same, just a couple of doors along from her. So it's not, there's so much admin to do. There's a lot, I'm getting into the world of sync, like putting my music to TV and film, and there's a lot of
nice.
Oh, cool.
So all these things have happened during lockdown, which I'm grateful for. The sync has become the new gig for me. So I'm
nice.
Excited for that.
Nice. So how did Songs for Neil go? You were on the show, sort of promoting.
To fill folks in a little bit, I run Rushfest Scotland, which is an annual fan event here in Scotland. I've been doing it since 2014, and everything we do, any profit always goes to charity. So I'm actually on our website just now to give you the figures. we have donated to date over £57,000, which is 79,000 US, 97,000 Canadian. And when I was doing this, I thought surely somewhere in the world will be million or billionaires, whatever. So it actually translates into 1.8 billion Vietnamese dong.
Nice.
Great, so it's great that we donated over $1 billion dong.
Yeah.
To charities. Yeah.
Should have said that first.
Yeah, so there you go.
A lot of dong. Lots of dong.
Lots of dong. Yeah, getting time back into the gay porn there. It's quite good.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
The Songs for Neil Volume 1, because of lockdown, our event didn't happen last year, obviously. We had a stellar lineup. We had Terry Brown, Hugh Syme, and Jacob Moon all flying to be here in person. Yeah. So we were so looking forward to that. Didn't happen. But we still did something online. Jacob got involved, and I had the idea about the tributes album. So we still raised money doing an online event, and then about a month or two later, I just an early morning idea about because I've been in touch with so many Rush tributes from around the world through doing the annual fan event. I got in touch with them, and they all agreed to give us a track, and I made the Rush Fest Scotland Songs for Neil Volume 1. So that's the last time I was on your show, was chatting about that, which we released on Neil's birthday last year. So that was 12th September 2020 was the release date for Songs for Neil Volume 1. So that's sold out. The vinyl sold out, sold 500 copies of the red vinyl.
Nice.
I've got a handful of copies left because you don't want to be completely without them. And thankfully, touch wood, Hugh, Terry, and Jacob are coming back next year, 2022, for hopefully our event will take place in 2022. And I'll get those guys to sign a few copies. Because Jacob's on the album, and Hugh helped us with the cover, and Hugh and Terry gave us liner notes for Volume 1. So all three are involved in Volume 1. So here I am now, 1 year down the line, and our event again couldn't go ahead. We usually do the event in springtime, when I came up with the idea for the Songs for Neil albums, I thought it was quite a good idea. So I called the first one Volume 1. So there we go. Ergo, we're now on Volume 2. So here we are. And it's coming out on the 12th of September. So
that's great.
Just after this show goes out, so the album will be available. Although I'll just have to say, on the 12th of September, I'll be emailing all the advance orders with the download code. So everyone that's bought it in advance, and there's been about 300 odd orders in already, they will receive the full album download. The CDs won't be ready to ship for about another month. The vinyl will be next year. Right. I've learned my lesson from Volume 1. I had sleepless nights over that vinyl for Volume 1 because of COVID, and we've got Brexit here in the UK. So many factors involved in the delays for getting the vinyl. But now, even though we're aware of the delays, there's still a massive backlog in manufacturing vinyl right now. Right. So I've kind of gone with a different manufacturer because of Brexit and costings, etc. But even they say, you're looking at months beforehand. So now I won't have any sleepless nights. I'm just telling everybody, you'll get the vinyl in February. And if it happens beforehand, great. But we're telling everybody February for the vinyl.
Cool. It's a worldwide backlog, right? Like it's not just the UK. I mean, it's like this is a worldwide.
I don't think it'd be worthwhile us getting stuff manufactured in the US, even though at least 50% of our orders are from North America.
There's backlog, but there's backlogs. I mean, you go to a store here that's like it's random stuff that's out. You know, my wife and I ordered a mattress. It took like 7 months to get a mattress. I mean, just stuff you'd never think about. You know,
exactly. So I think. Well, us all being music fans, of course there's going to be a backlog in vinyl because we all love so much music and we want to consume lots more music. But it's just the way it is, you know, just with that's the way it is.
So what can you tell us that's different about Volume 2 compared to Volume 1? What should people be anticipating when they buy this?
Well, for those lovely people that bought Volume 1, and lots are buying Volume 2 to keep it going, but now the Volume 2 has now come up in a lovely blue marble vinyl, so it's another thing of beauty. Artwork again by Charlie Roy, who did the portrait of Neil. The design was done by Paul Tippett, who also designed the first album cover, and again we brought in Hugh Syme to give us some tweaks. We didn't want to ask him to please do as a cover from scratch, Hugh. So right. Paul and Roy did the main cover. We sent it to Hugh, and he gave us a thumbs up and suggested a couple of little tweaks and to fine tune it. And then that was sent off to Rush's lawyer, who's also the lawyer for Neil's estate, for their approval. That's basically all we need, or all they say, look, we're happy with the music. They don't want to hear the music. They don't have to hear the music. Yeah. As to that the music's going to be well represented. They just wanted to approve the artwork. So once we have that approval came in, we hit the button, we're ready to go. And like Volume 1, I just put a couple of requests out on social media for any other tribute bands, and I still had a few that I couldn't squeeze on Volume 1. So I've actually kind of overfilled Volume 2. I mean, right now, I'm still not 100% sure if it's going to be a double CD.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
It's still just going to be a single LP, again, just because of costings, and right. This is all for charity. So the LP is going to be, the first 8 tracks are going to be in the single LP with a lovely artwork. But then I think there's going to be, I'm just checking my notes here. There's about 18 tracks in total.
Wow. Can you give us a list of what those tracks? I know it's a little bit beforehand, but you tell us who's singing, who's performing what songs?
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if it's all, there's one missing there. Yeah, so 17 or 18 in total. So I'll just, like Volume 1, 8 songs are on the vinyl, 14 songs are on the CD and the download. And if you bought the vinyl, and if you bought the CD, you'd also get the full album download. So right. Everyone that buys any format gets all the tracks. The difference being in this one, I've kind of overloaded it a bit. And so there may be, just because I can't say no, if folks give us good recordings and they're fans, you don't want to say, right. And then the process of deciding what goes on the vinyl and what doesn't make the physical format, that wasn't as difficult as I imagined. And I'll explain that as I go through the tracks, who didn't even make it on the CD, if it doesn't happen to be a double CD. So I'll run through the 8 vinyl tracks. We're going to start off with Anthem by Connecticut band Limelight. Huh. I don't know if you heard of those guys.
I've heard of them, yeah. The
longest running Rush tribute on the planet.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, and they sound it. They are absolutely stunning. I've known Eric, their guitarist, for a while. Eric Strom, his name. We first got in touch years ago when I bought one of the Gibson 355s. In fact, if this is on YouTube, folk will see it sitting behind me.
Yes.
Yeah, right. The Alex Lifeson signature 355.
Nice.
There were only 500 of those made, and I started a little Facebook group trying to track down the other owners just to see where all the guitars landed.
Is that a lefty? Is that a left-handed one?
No, it must be flipped.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
It looks right way around in my image here, but maybe it's flipped for your zoom there.
No, you know what? My eyes were playing tricks on me. I see what you mean. Yeah.
You've got flip. What time is it there in New York?
8.
Yeah, you're only 8 p.m. You shouldn't be seeing double at this time.
I have many personal problems.
Oh, sorry, man.
It's okay.
So anyway, Eric got in touch. He also owns one of these. So to cut a very long story short, to expand it slightly, we both share the exact same birthday, which is very bizarre.
Wow.
Both in a Rush tribute band with an Alex Lifeson signature, exact same birthday. And his next question was, are you allergic to fish? Because he is. He thought, funny.
That's funny.
How bizarre. I'm not.
Anyway.
Anyway, that's track 1. I won't.
So who picks the song that is it just a song that they choose, or something in their repertoire?
I asked everyone to sort of, what have you got recorded? Right. best recordings, ideally studio recordings, and or really good live recordings.
Okay.
That's like the first kind of cut-off point for what's going to make the vinyl would be no live tracks in the vinyl. You know, let's get the best quality we can on the vinyl. So the vinyl only contains they're all well done, but only contains studio recordings. You know, so and I think a few of them had a few. So I would say, right, just give us a list of what you've got, and then I would start the actual process of choosing. Okay, I'll take that from this band, that from that band, just to try and have a good mixture for the whole album. You know,
sure.
So if I remember rightly, I think I asked, because YYNOT, who I believe were on just a little bit earlier, I asked them for Anthem, but for whatever reason, they sent us another track, which is great. It's fantastic. So I've kind of put them, you'll hear in a minute where I've put them in the album, but Anthem being, well, you all know Anthem's a great opener, you know, and Limelight have done a stunning rendition of it. So that kicks us off. And then we head into Kid Gloves. So it's jumping about a bit, you know. I'm not going to
I dig it. Yeah, I like that.
That's by a Brazilian band called Stage Left.
Cool.
Okay. So like Volume 1, I've got a couple of Brazilian bands involved, and their enthusiasm and recording quality and playing and everything is just stellar. And these guys have been really good at communicating back and forth. You know, whenever I ask for something, bang, they're back with it. It's like, you guys are on the ball.
So it's all different. It's different tribute bands on this album. There's no repeat offenders. Good. I dig it.
Each track comes from a different band from over. Yep.
Yeah, it's cool. I gotta say, just for the pure, you're doing a good job here supporting this cause for Neil and his legacy. But even as a method of exhibition for tribute acts, this is a great idea to sort of see and hear what they can do, you know, in this sort of platform. So it's good. I think it's great. It's a great outlet.
Yeah, and it's also when you hear these songs performed by, you know, because your ear also, when you hear the introduction to some of the stuff, because some of them are very similar to the original, you know, but then once the vocals come in, you'll go, oh, wait a minute, that's not
right.
Geddy. You know, and some of them do have their kind of local accent on it, and that, to me, that gives it a great character.
Yeah.
I thought, right, this is cool. You know, okay, it's not Geddy. There's only one Geddy.
Plus, with international acts, you really get a sense of how impactful Rush's music has been.
That's exactly how I hear it as well. Yeah. You know, you don't hear it as like, oh, that voice isn't right. I hear it as like, these guys have learned Rush. This is wonderful. Yeah. You know, and then next up after that, we've got Jacob Moon, who was on Volume 1, but with his stunning rendition of Subdivisions. This time he's given us New World Man.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw him do that. He did an online version during lockdown, and I got in touch with him right away. He said, Jacob, can we have that Volume 2, please? So, and then rounding off side 1 is a track which rounds off the whole of Permanent Waves, is Natural Science. Oh. So that's a track that YYNOT gave us.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. I'd love to hear that.
That's a beauty.
Yeah. I've heard them. I've heard them perform that before. Yeah, I've seen that. It's fabulous. Yeah, that's great.
They've had that out for a while. It's
excellent.
It is superb. That was a natural place for that song. It's the last track on side 2 of Permanent Waves. So I didn't want to leave it too late to bring those guys in. So I've put that at the last track of side 1 because it's a great side kind of finisher. And then on to side 2 of the vinyl. Where are we? We have Tom Sawyer by Moving Pictures, which is my own, a bit of nepotism here. Yeah, just whatever you want to call it. But so Moving Pictures doing Tom Sawyer kicks off side 2. And then we have Fleesh, another Brazilian band.
Yes.
Yeah,
I remember them from the first one. I liked what they did on the first one. Like that was one of to me the highlights of the first one was what they did.
Absolutely. Yeah. Gabby on vocals there. She's a stunning singer. I'm saying stunning. Stunning's my word of the day, guys.
It's a good word. It's a good word.
Phenomenal and stunning. So they gave us Mission this time.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh,
love that too.
A great rendition. Following that, we have Ghost of a Chance by a Canadian, a Quebecois band called, it's spelled Huis. I've been calling them Huis, but I'm thinking it's maybe French. It might be Hui, as in 8 with Huit. I should ask. It's Michel Samper. I don't know if you know, there's a Canadian prog band called Mystery. Have you heard of those guys?
I think I have.
Benoit, Jean Benoit, singer from Yes Singer. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it David Benoit?
Benoit David, I think it was.
Benoit David.
Yes.
I'm sure he sang with Mystery. That was his band before he went off and did a stint with Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we have connections there. There's connections going on here. Ooh. So the guitarist in that band also has this other band called, well, I'll just call them Huis. So my apologies to Michelle and the band if I'm pronouncing it wrong. And they've given us a great rendition of Ghost of a Chance.
Nice.
And then finishing off the vinyl is Caravan by the Macallan Project, which is, again, it's myself and Geddy from Moving Pictures, but with a different drummer.
Nice.
I brought that lot in again because hardly, in fact, no one gave us anything off the later albums. I'm looking at everything here just now, and everyone kind of, gravitates towards the early stuff, which is great. It is my favorite. If I had to choose a half, I'd go for the first half. Right. But there's so much great stuff in the second half as well.
Cool.
So to balance things up, we learned and recorded Caravan.
Nice.
So that rounds off the vinyl. And then to rattle through the rest, but with great respect to everyone, one that I really wanted to put in the vinyl, and I was apologizing to the guys the other day for not doing so, but they said to me I don't have to justify anything. But The Spirit of Radio by a American band, Vapor Trail.
Huh. Yeah, I've seen them.
Are they a 4-piece or 5-piece? The female singer. So this is like the third female singer we've got involved, and it sounds absolutely fantastic. I was speaking to Jonathan there. Yeah, I was so tempted to put them on the vinyl as well, but because I've got Natural Science on there, that would have been 2 tracks off the same album. So that was for leaving that off the vinyl. And then we have a live version of Animate by Canadian band My Favorite Headache. Those guys, I think they might have done a couple of Yukons. Nice. I could be wrong, but they're a top Canadian tribute band. And then we have from England a band called Exit Stage Left, and they've given us Red Barchetta. Following that, we have from Spain a band called 2YY2, and they've given us a live version of Free Will. Following that, which may well be the end of the CD. This just comes out on, it shows you how down to the wire I am bringing this thing out. I'm just waiting for licenses and quotes, etc. to come back. So possibly the last track on the CD is Working Man by another English band called Rushed. So it's H-E, Rushed. Who are
I like that, Rushed.
We're playing with them it'll be February.
Nice.
We have Rush Yukon here in England. So Moving Pictures and Rushed. And in fact, the other English band I mentioned, Exit Stage Left, the 3 of us are going to be playing together that day as a fan convention in England. Cool. So Rushed, nice. A great 3-piece from England.
Wonderful. This is great. This sounds great, man. I love
so I've gone from first to last.
It also provides a record of of music by all these. I don't know how long these tribute acts will go on for, but it provides a record and history of this music being interpreted or reinterpreted by musicians. I dig that. Good.
So 3 more to go before we finish.
Go for it. Yeah.
The whole, or perhaps it's 4. We have Limelight live by the Russians, who are from.
Yes, I've heard the Russians. Yeah,
the Russians were great. They had signs on Volume 1.
Yep.
And we have again. He was on Volume 1. David King. He did an instrumental version. Remember, he did Closer to the Dave.
Yes.
Where he did an
I remember that. Yeah.
Well, this time he's done Where's My Dave?
Nice.
So and then there's one actually I haven't written down here yet. It was so last minute. Oh, what's the track they've given me? Oh, this is terrible. There's a band called Trilogy from Canada. And I'm trying to remember the track they've given me. I will look it up and tell you about it later on. And then to finish it off, we've done a version of Battle Scar. Do you guys know Battle Scar?
Yeah, that's off Presto, isn't it?
No.
No, wait a minute.
That's Scars.
Scars.
Yeah, Battle.
Yeah. Oh, this is great. I'm looking at two confused faces.
Yeah, you're stumping the you're stumping the.
Oh, this is great. This is we purposely went for something deep. Battle Scar, not ringing any bells with you.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah, okay.
I want to say Test for Echo, but no, that sounds. As soon as I said it, that sounded wrong.
It's not on a Rush album.
Oh, on a Rush album, yeah.
Rush are on it.
What'd you say, Steve?
Rush are on the studio recording. The whole band Rush are on the studio recording of this song, Battle Scar.
Shit.
There should be a competition.
Oh,
anyway,
yeah.
Do you remember a band that supported them a lot early in the career? Another Canadian band?
With a similar name, or
this is great fun. I'm dragging this out of you guys.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, but
okay. It's okay. The lead singer was called Kim Mitchell.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're still looking at it. The band was called Max Webster.
Max Webster. Yeah, Max Webster. Yeah.
Yeah, Max Webster. And I think it was 1980, so it was right about the Planet Waves time. They brought out a track. Well, their album, I think it's Universal Juveniles, has a track. The track was written by Kim Mitchell and Pt.2.
That's right.
Also wrote Tom Sawyer with Neil, and leading connections are there. So it's a Max Webster song called Battle Scar, and if you look it up, the official version has all of Rush playing on it as well.
Okay.
So it's obscure. It's a very obviously that wasn't going to make the vinyl. That wasn't going to make the CD. That's like a bonus at the end. And and again, it's my Rush tribute band along with my original rock band. We're like the two bands come together.
Nice.
But because there's only one guitarist in both of those bands, we brought in a second guitarist who is actually one of our drummer's sons. So we've kept it in the family, and so it's just nice. We're just having fun just to pad it out a bit with an obscure track there.
I dig it. Yeah, that was some obscure stuff there. Yeah, totally. My brain's a little mushy right now.
And there endeth the lineup, and I shall find out this. I'm annoyed myself for not writing. It's so last minute here. Those guys they asked to be in volume 1. They were too late. And then they must have seen me advertising volume 2. They got in touch again. Yeah. Saying, can we? And I thought, I've almost put a line under this one, but I had to put them on somehow. So I thought, yeah, okay, guys.
Cool.
So Trilogy from Canada.
So why don't you talk a little bit about the artwork and sort of how you came up, or how the concept of the name of the album came up, and or how that was defined, and then the artwork, of course.
Yeah. Okay. I've just looked up here. Digital Man. Trilogy of Digital Man. There we go.
Oh, cool.
So the artwork, again, it was Paul Tippett, our designer guy, who he did all our t-shirts and posters for Rush Fest Scotland. He just took one of Charlie Roy, who's a great portrait artist. He's forever doing a lot of portraits of Rush, but he kind of does portraits of a lot of prog guys and girls. That's his kind of niche. So Paul took one of Charlie's portraits of Neil, and the title "The Stars Look Down," and so we'll put the cover up. If you go to our website, or maybe you guys will show the cover at some point.
Sure.
It's a really beautiful image of Neil's face in the sky with stars all around, a lovely blue background, star backdrop, and it's called "The Stars Look Down: Songs for Neil Volume 2."
Cool, I dig it. That's good. Dan, do you have any questions?
No, just that I hope you do this every year. I think it's great. I think there was part of me when you said that volume 2 is going to be 2 CDs. I was like, no, don't do that. You've got volume 3 right there.
Yeah, well, there's a point. Yeah.
No, because I mean, there's no shortage, it seems to me, of musicians out there who want to get this out there and who want to keep doing it. I know that this is a lot of work for you. I know this is a lot to do, to pull together, and it's easy for me to sit here and say, oh, just keep doing them. I know there's a lot more to it than that, but if you did, I bet people would continue to be interested the whole time. In my opinion, in my humble opinion.
I'm hoping if, and no disrespect to any of the bands, but this time, because there's so much going on in the world now, and with everybody, we were talking about at the start there about the whole COVID thing and coming out, and everybody's trying to get their life kind of back on track. With the greatest respect to all the bands, a lot of them weren't really responsive when I was asking for stuff to help out. It's nothing personal against the bands. We're all going through a lot at the moment. Yeah. So it's been a little more bit difficult this time. Like last time on the 12th of September, I did like a big Facebook live stream thing. I had videos from every band. I put a film together. I had live selfie videos from every band, just talking about Neil. And again, last year was the year we lost Neil. Right. So it was kind of, all that was kind of fresh. So the bands maybe felt a bit more still, we're all still affected by the loss of Neil. Sure. So I didn't, for various reasons, these bands haven't sent me as much to work with from the promo side of things. So I think a volume 3 is not looking great, just because it might happen. And if it does, it's gotten easier to make it because I did it once before, but I'm just talking about the actual support from the bands to help promote it hasn't been as great as it was first time round. Again, no disrespect to any of the bands. Right. Yeah. Life's busy. You
may find it a point where bands are asking you if they could please participate in this, and that's a position that
most of them did. One or two that I went back to say, look, guys, I'm going for 2. You want to? They went, yeah, no problem. Here you go. Yeah. So I mean, it's easy to get them. It's easy to get tracks out of them. But as Dan mentioned, the hard work, it's like writing a song's easy. It's producing a song, and then it's getting a song out there, and it's getting distributed. Yeah. All the hard work goes into the back ends of it. Yeah. Right. So the promotion of an album. So I'm hoping, touch wood, I will try again once this comes out, just to get a decent distributor on board.
Yeah.
We all have great ideas. Yeah. We all have great thoughts. Mm-hmm. Getting them over the finish line in some kind of like tangible object is very, very hard. And I think a lot of people don't realize that. Like there are people probably imagine you just have like a pressing plant in your basement, and why can't you just just do more? Why can't you just do more? Yeah. And the unlimited money that you have also, to get this all out. Yeah, of course.
How many copies? Oh, that's so much money. Oh, by the way, talk about the charity. We've donated £7,000, which is about $10,000 from the sales of Volume 1 already. And it's the same charities as Volume 1 that we're donating this time again. It's cool. All profits have been split 50-50 between Cancer Support Scotland here in the UK and the Glioblastoma Foundation Neil Peart Research Award in the USA. Cool. So if folks want to go to our website, rushfestscotland.co.uk, the main page has just got pictures of the big checks, photos of all the money we've handed over the years. So there's photos there of the girls from.
It's very impressive. I was just looking at that. It's you guys are doing a fabulous job.
We love the music, when we thought, any money goes to charity, but now the charity has become like the main focus. You go on our website, it's all about the charity, but obviously it's all about the music. But it's such a joy to have raised that amount of money at the same time as all this stuff, And to go back to Dan's point, actually making something a tangible product isn't actually that difficult. I'm not saying it's easy, but I've done it a few times. To me, the hard part is then, and again, it's not difficult I'm selling enough to justify making it. It's great. We're making good money for charity, but I just wish, and I'm sure we could be making a lot more. That's what I'm thinking. I think we've got a great product here, and I think it should, dare I say it, even if I got in touch with backstage, Rush backstage, if those guys went, yeah, okay, even if they just put it on the website and try and do it, that could be, careful what you wish for.
Yeah, I know, right?
All of a sudden I get inundated with like 10,000 orders, like shit. So, but yeah, I do believe it is a great product, and it's just for any Rush fan that's interested in just hearing the music in slightly different forms, and like you say, showing how much the bands appreciate it.
Well, we absolutely appreciate what you're doing. We appreciate how much work you're putting into it, and we appreciate how much good you're putting into the world by doing this. It's a lot.
That's
and
thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Oh,
yeah.
I you guys as well for keeping the keeping it going. Keeping the memory alive.
Keep the flame alive, man. That's what it is.
Absolutely. So is there anything else you'd like to share with fans, and any specifics that you'd like to let the world know about what's happening?
Where they can buy it.
Okay.
They can
How
buy
about
it.
that? Yeah. How about that?
We're just going straight from like I've learned from volume 1. I had it on different like crowdfunding platforms, and I'll just give myself more work to do.
Right.
So, yeah. From the word go, all the advance orders and all the post orders just go straight to our main website. Again, it's rushfestscotland.co.uk, and then /album. But again, you guys might put up links in, so it's simple as that. Just click the button that's relevant to whatever you want and wherever you stay in the world, and it'll process the orders as soon as we can. And then we may put it on Bandcamp. We managed to get volume 1 on Bandcamp.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So at least people can. We had to go through some sort of make sure all the licenses were paid there. It's,
sure.
Because we paid the licenses for the physical products, but when you get into Bandcamp and streaming, there's you've got to watch what you do copyright wise. And
we have a Patreon account for the podcast here, and sometimes you do these things and you feel like, oh, I feel guilty or bad, but there's a tremendous amount of work that's involved in these passion projects, and just to remind those who download this podcast that even the guests we have on, the majority of them are people who do extra things in their lives in the honor and legacy of Rush, and by way of that, it's an extension of further entertainment to keep, like, as we say, the flame alive and the Rush legacy alive. So no one's getting paid. Nobody's getting rich here. We're just a lot of fans that love the band so much, and we want to try to do good things. And I think it's important for those who listen that if you got a couple extra bucks, buy a tribute album to support a charity, to support a podcast, whatever it is. If you're enjoying these conversations and the products of these conversations, try to maybe dig a little deeper. I sound like a PBS, a nonprofit fundraiser here, but it is true. That's how you keep like things like this alive.
The things that, bills have to be paid, even I presume even from the podcast.
Yeah, we're doing this on work nights. Before we put our kids to bed. After it's like. It's
it's a labor of love, but you do have expenses.
It's true.
You get on the platforms.
Absolutely, man.
People might not realize that there are expenses involved in doing a podcast.
Absolutely, there's all sorts of expenses, but notwithstanding, we do it because we love to do it, and
otherwise you wouldn't find it if it was something you didn't like.
There's no way. No. Absolutely.
And to get back to the expense, as I mentioned a couple of times, I play in a Rush tribute band, but I've went a step further, and I've got I've got a couple of Lifeson Les Pauls as well as, and I've got a double neck and all this. And I've got the Hughes and Kettner Triamp. If anybody actually looks up the prices of those things, I'll never make money at a Rush.
No.
I'm quite happy to give all my money to Rush and to related items because I love them so much. And as I said earlier, playing this stuff is a never-ending gold mine for me mentally.
Yeah. If you were to measure it all, the amount that Rush has given us in joy and their musical product is, it's beyond measure.
Yeah. And as I've said since, I think it's since like 2010. 2010 was the first year I actually traveled abroad to see Rush. I came to Boston. I saw them in the TD Garden.
I was there.
This last time, Dan, were you there on the time?
I'm not in Boston.
Right.
I'm in Boston. I was there.
You were there. Sorry, I knew one of you guys were there. Yeah, it was a TD Garden, the Time Machine tour.
That's where he had the Alex had the flub.
But his guitar went down.
Yeah, his guitar went down. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. I was there. That was my first trip abroad to see the band.
Nice.
And since then, I went a few places, Canada a few times, and across Holland. But I started to realize from that point, I love Rush. Rush is the reason for me to go to these shows. But it became almost 50-50. 50% Rush in the music, 50% catching up with like-minded souls. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And the community of like-minded folks like ourselves.
Absolutely.
Just every trip abroad or every gig you go to, it'd be a social occasion,
Yeah,
and thanks to you guys and doing these podcasts now, it's still happening,
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like I said at the beginning of the show, the Rush universe is forever expanding. It just keeps on growing. And that's the great thing. So hopefully there's more podcasts and more tribute bands, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
It may well be a volume 3. Just let me get volume 2.
There will. I'm sure there'll be a volume.
I know. I probably, it's like you get to the end of something, you go, oh my God, I'm knackered doing this. But then, when it comes around to that time of year again, I thought, might as well, because now you know how to do it.
If there's any Rush tribute members of tribute bands out there that are listening to this, if you want to be on Steve Brown's volume 3, do me, Dan, because we don't want to listen to him complain anymore about it. Do us a favor. When you submit your track, submit an EPK, a proper promotional kit with your photos and your branding and your logos, just to make this guy's job a little easier, please.
That's great. Yeah.
Grease the wheels.
Yeah.
Grease the wheels. Okay.
Don't be unprofessional and don't be an asshole. Okay. Just do the guy a favor. He's doing a good thing here. All right. So we get it, man.
Excellent.
Totally.
And I will take more. The more it comes in. There's one band. I don't know if I can. I might finish off this. If you go to Bandcamp, now I know this is a contentious band, but I found them recently, and I actually reached out to see if I could put them on this album, but they haven't come back to me. I don't know if they still exist. This is really going to extreme, guys, and I may well offend one, if not both of you, by talking about. Once you hear this band, it's we have a thing here in Britain called Marmite. Have you heard of Marmite?
I've heard of it, but
it's like Vegemite, and it's like
Vegemite. Yeah,
Vegemite is like
like a paste,
extract paste you put on toast, and you basically, if someone says it's a Marmite thing, it's like you love it or you hate it. Okay,
right.
So this is the Marmite. So the band's called Thrush, as in the word. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was just talking about Bandcamp earlier. I was just looking about Bandcamp to see, can I put Rush cover versions onto Bandcamp? And when I started doing a search, I found a few on there. I thought, well, okay, it's doable. How can we do this legally? And blah, 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 blah. So anyway, it's all done. Volume 1's on Bandcamp. I found this band Thrush, okay? Because I just looked for the Spirit of Radio, Go.
Right.
All these versions came up, cover versions. Now this band, just go on to Bandcamp. Basically, they'll do the whole of 2112 in 30 seconds. It's
awesome.
It's like thrash metal.
I love it.
It's meant. The thing is, their version of Lakeside Park is sublime.
My guess.
It's like you get 4 stick clicks and then just like death metal growl, Lakeside Park, and that's it.
I love it.
I so wanted to put that on the album. I so wanted to put that because the guys have done about 20 or 30 Rush songs. So I got in touch with the Bandcamp link saying, guys, you're obviously Rush fans. You wouldn't do 30 of their songs. If there's 1 or 2, I'd think, okay, they're having a laugh. But they did about 30 songs on the Bandcamp page. I thought, okay, these guys like the band. And they're just real extremes. And it's hilarious. Just, maybe later on tonight, have a couple of beers and just it'll be Marmite. I mentioned it to Charlie and the artists, and they almost disowned me. They went, "You put that in the album, and you're not getting the cover." I was going to sneak it on anyway if I could, but the guys haven't come back to me yet. So Thrush, if you're listening, please get me. And I apologize now to anybody that might be offended by that.
But cool.
Anybody who's offended by that needs to get a sense of humor immediately and calm down.
You reminded us how the Rush always had a great sense of humor, so I'm sure the guys would.
I think it'll be cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there it is, in Songs for Neil, Volume 2. And where can they find it again, Steve?
Yeah, it's directly from our website, rushfestscotland.co.uk.
Okay, and there are any new dates for Rush Fest itself?
There is, 27th and 28th of May next year.
Okay.
Next year, and our special guests will be Hugh Syme, Terry Brown, and Jacob Moon.
And do you have social media presence? And where can folks find you on the
Facebook.com /Rushfest Scotland?
Okay, there it is.
Great.
Yeah.
Steve Brown for Two Guys Talking Rush. Thank you, Steve. We love having you on the show, man.
Thank you, two guys. Love you guys.
All right. Peace out, brother.
Bye.
Cool. That was, I think that was a great show. And it's sort of like old hat, you know. I made a few fumbles with my scripting, but you know, it's to be expected. I haven't been doing this for at least 3 months, you know, being back on the show.
I also like, I mean, I like having people on that we've had on before. You know, it gives this kind of feeling of like, okay, we're not so new anymore. And, you know, there are some familiar faces now. It's good to touch base with these people and, you know, see what they've been up to and what they've got going on now.
Yeah. I remember in the beginning of our podcasts and our talking, we'd always joke around about who would get the biggest ego, who would have a manager contact them first. And, you know, here's my contract, here's my rider. None of that's happened, Dan. We're still two working class schmucks trying to make a living.
You and I appear to be approaching this with like some degree of humility.
Absolutely.
Which is work for me, but you know, it's for the cause. So it's okay.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, I think this was a fabulous show, a great way to kick off the new season, the new, you know, remember the TV Guide?
Oh yeah.
I remember going to that TV. For those who are too young to remember, there used to be a TV Guide, and every fall you would see what the new shows were, you know.
It was mailed to your house. There was a crossword puzzle in the back. You would find out what was going on, you know, this season on V.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
V. Yeah.
You remember V, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. The
lizard people from space.
I love that. That was a great show, dude. They should bring that back.
I was all over it. And no, they should not bring it back because do you mean like as a reboot or just show the old one again?
No. Maybe just like revamp it with some new technology, CGI or something. No,
I have not been pleased with when they go back to the well like that. There's a new fantasy island. It's not that great. I gotta say, really not feeling that one.
Yeah.
And I don't know. They would just do the same shit with things.
But I remember, you know, a new fall season. You know, you'd learn. You know, it'd be like, you know, Happy Days, or even before, like The Greatest American Hero. You know, remember that show? Love that show.
Will Joni and Chachi be smoking cigarettes this year? Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah.
So just, you know, just envision it, folks. You know, flipping through your TV Guide, and there it is. What's coming up for the new fall and winter season of Two Guys Talking Rush. Well, thank you, YYNOT, and thank you, Steve Brown. We wish both those groups of people the best of luck in their endeavors and their passions for creating good music and supporting the Rush legacy. And we love our guests a lot. So there it is, Dan.
Yep.
Well, my name is John Kane.
I am the delightful Dan Buckspan.
And what can I say, folks? Rush
rules.
Two guys talking rush. Two guys talking rush. Two guys talking rush. Two guys talking rush. Two guys.